City of Santa Cruz being pressed to figure out a fix for an upscale waterfront street.
Yeah, the road is being threatened by an eroding cliff. Westcliff Drive sits on a bluff overlooking the Pacific Ocean and is home to multi-million-dollar villas. But it is currently crumbling away because of rising sea levels. Night Beat's Betty Yu on the hard choices facing the city.
Major parts of a coastal road here in Santa Cruz are at risk of crumbling, and there are boulders put in place to keep it from eroding. But experts say this is just a short-term solution. This section of Westcliff Drive, a prized ocean-hugging Santa Cruz road, is sectioned off, a sign of the never-ending threat from the ocean.
It's real, it's now, it's happening. You can't, the Nile is a river in Egypt.
UC Santa Cruz Earth Sciences professor Gary Griggs says residents, tourists, the city and state must deal with the problem of erosion now and for decades to come. He says 40% of Westcliff Drive is armored with piles of rocks, also known as riprap, to prevent erosion.
A lot of that rock was put in by the city with emergency permits, and the California Coastal Commission, which is our sort of permitting authority, is now kind of tightening up things. They don't want to see any more riprap. They don't want to see any more seawalls.
That's because Griggs says the commission is concerned about the loss of public access to beaches. The latest Santa Cruz study shows that sea levels will rise by 4 inches by 2030, 28 inches by 2060, and 63 inches by the turn of the century. Right now, the Coastal Commission is putting out a request for a long-term management plan for firms to bid on. Researchers would study the rate of erosion and figure out what to do next with the road. For one homeowner, the crisis is literally at their doorstep. This is the only house on the ocean side of the road. Griggs does consulting work for them and says they're in a battle with the state over riprap that was put in place without permission.
So it's a big deal for all those California homeowners that just assume this was going to be their retirement home or their biggest investment, that the rules are sort of being enforced now in a way they weren't in the past.
We've been coming here for a very long time, for over 20 years, and I hope my children's children, my grandchildren, get to come and enjoy the landscape here. But I don't know if it's still going to be here when they're old enough.
On the Night Beat, I'm Betty Yu.